Hi, my name is Emily Good, and I am going to give you a little life update. I am now, I think almost 6 weeks postpartum. So this little guy was born on January 10th. I'm a mom of 3 now, and I'm kind of going to just let you know kind of new things that have been making me happy. How has this process been going? What am I reading? Etc. So for the first month, before I get into that, I wanted to let you know that, again, my name is Emily Good. I am a reader. I primarily talk about books on this channel as of now. Talk about like my reading habits, things like that. I don't really read mainstream like new releases. I definitely am more of a backlist girl. I hope to be a positive influence wherever I'm at, and if that vibes with you, then and if you somehow found this video and you're not subscribed, those are just kind of the vibes here. So if you like it, then stick around. For the first month after my son was born, we had my mother-in-law here. I honestly was really nervous about it because I don't know her very well. I've met her one other time, but honestly, she was here. She flew in the night before Atlas was born, and yeah, so she flew in the night before Atlas was born. I had a scheduled csection, so that was very convenient. And she stayed at our house for 2 days with our 4-year-old and almost 2-year-old. Did phenomenal, and then she stayed for another month. I don't know about you, if you have in-laws or whatever, but I am not an easy person to live with. I get annoyed pretty easily, to be honest with you, especially when I'm usually high sensory, like with the kids running around. I just get a sensory overload, as most moms do. We have a tiny house. We have a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. So for 6 people to be staying here, especially postpartum, when, you know, things are happening with my body, and everything went so smooth. I honestly cried the night before she ended up leaving. She was not here long enough. It was an amazing experience. So she dramatically positively influenced my postpartum experience. So highly recommend, if you have in-laws that you love, if you plan on having a baby, have them come stay at your house if that's an option. I feel very lucky that that was an option. She doesn't work, so she we honestly thought about not sending her back at all, but you know, she's got a house and stuff. But so yeah, that was a wonderful experience. And what else have I been into? Do you ever watch Kill Tony? Have you ever watched that before? If you're into comedy, if you're into stand-up, Will has been watching this show for months. One of his best friends got him into it. I just finally watched it with him last Monday. I typically, like, if I do watch TV, which is not really my thing, I really I get really nervous when I'm watching TV because I'm like, I could be reading or doing something, anything else. But, you know, I finally sat down and watched it with Will last Monday. We watched the show. It's every Monday night on YouTube. It's called Kill Tony, if you've never watched it or heard of it. It's basically people coming on doing stand-up for a minute at a time, and then they kind of get, like, not judged, but like there's an interview. It's so much fun. And I finally watched it live last Monday with Will. It's Monday today, and I cannot wait to watch it tonight. If you do watch it, William Montgomery is one of my favorites. But if you don't watch it, I recommend just look up some segments if you're ever like needing something to kind of look forward to week, or you enjoy comedy, or you enjoy stand-up and somehow you have not heard of the show. Look up Kill Tony. It is so much fun, and I literally cannot wait for tonight when Will gets home and we're gonna watch it live together again. Now I'm going to get into reading. How has reading been going? Mother of 3. Didn't know how I'd be feeling postpartum. I'm very glad. I'm very grateful that there are things called antidepressants because this postpartum journey is so much smoother than it was with Stella. I didn't want to take antidepressants. I don't like feeling like I need to take something to feel a certain type of way, but I'm not going to go into details, but I'm going to say that Will and I are both very grateful that I have been on antidepressants and I'm still taking antidepressants, and things feel really good. So I've honestly been really well balanced, and I have made time to read. I've read some really, really good books. I will cover it in my wrap up. I'm just going to tell you what I'm currently reading now. So Will and I are actually doing a buddy read. I think it's just important for he and I, because he works like 100 hours a week, to do things together and to connect like with something that I love. And I thought that maybe he'd be into like sci-fi. So we chose Project Hail Mary. We both got a copy off of Pango. So we got them used, super cheap, and we have been doing a buddy read. I will say that I got like to page 200 before he even started reading. So it hasn't been the most fun buddy read, but the book experience makes up for it. I will talk about this later on. Like I'm going to do a full video on this with him, which is so funny because he's so different than me. So it's always fun to do stuff like that with him because he's so uncomfortable and he's just silly. But so yeah, I am having so much fun reading Project Hail Mary. There is some science talk. Like I kind of feel like I'm like, oh, I remember hearing about that in high school. I know nothing about science. When they're in space, like space is one of my greatest fears, honestly, like ending up in space. I have nightmares about it actually. So that's one of my things that I get super freaked out about. I don't understand it. I don't like the idea of just floating off into the outer space, and I don't know, just like kind of floating off, like that is just my greatest fear. So I don't ever want to go there, but that is where this book is taking place. It's such a cool concept. The guy just kind of wakes up one day and he's in an aircraft in space. He doesn't know why he's there, and then like clues kind of lead him to like, how did he end up there? What was the story? And he slowly starts to remember things. But he's basically trying to save Earth. And it's such a fascinating concept, even with the sciencey stuff. And again, I did not do well in school. I was really not into learning stuff. I'm slowly starting to be like, I want to learn more about space now. I want to learn more about some science stuff. So this book has been a really great inspiration for me, and I'm having so much fun. So I have the physical copy, obviously, but with Atlas. This is Atlas, by the way. He is a boy. We were gonna buy a black carrier. I love this carrier so much, and it's like $95 on Amazon because I didn't want to carry around my little boy with pink. Whatever, I don't care what color boys, girls wear, but I personally wanted black for him. And we just honestly have not been able to afford it. So I'm just like, I just carry him around in the pink carrier. So this is Atlas. just kind of looking up at me. Hi. Hello. So anyways, yeah, he pretty much wants to be held all the time. He pretty much, which is fine with me because this is probably my last baby. So I'm just like, let me hold you all the time, my little baby boy. That's totally fine with me. But okay, so anyways, I'm trying to read this, but honestly, like right now that he's in the carrier, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But when I'm actually holding him, it's not the easiest thing to hold like a physical book. It's been easier to read on my like Kindle app. So I actually also purchased Project Hail Mary on my Kindle, and that is how I've gotten as far as I am. Actually, right now I'm a little bit further than 300 pages. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm very much enjoying that reading experience. I am listening to, I'm doing a buddy read with Mikala, but I actually haven't talked to her about this, but yeah, Mikala reads, my very good friend. I just adore her. If somehow you've found my channel before you found hers, definitely go check her out. She's amazing. So yeah, we're doing a buddy read. We both really love the Winter Night trilogy. I point back here because it's somewhere back there, but I guess you can't really see it. So we both really love that. And Katherine Arden just released a new book. It's called The Warm Hands of Ghosts. So I'm listening to that on Audible. I haven't gotten too far. I keep rewinding so that I really know what's going on, so that when I finally do talk to Mikala, we kind of are both like sort of in the same place. I don't want to like finish the book and her not have started it. So yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for her go ahead, but I'm really excited about that. I'm listening to it on Audible, and I haven't really gotten very far, but I think so far what's happening is this woman has come back from, I think, Germany. She might be in Canada now. There's like fighting going on. I honestly don't recall the time period, but essentially her brother is lost. She hasn't heard from him. So she might be about to go on a journey, I think is what I read like in the summary. So I love Katherine Arden. I love the Winter Night trilogy. It has been insanely like warm spring-like. So I was going to reread the Winter Night trilogy before starting that book. Not that the two are like connected, but except for the same author. But I did really want to reread Winter Night, but it's just been so springy out that I'm like, I'm not rereading that right now because it's like spring outside. This is something that I started last night. I talked about it in my Pango book haul that I recently posted. I am reading Red Comet, which is the short life and blazing art of Sylvia Plath. It is humongous. It's so big. I just got together my annotation last night because I just started it last night. The way I'm doing this is it's kind of like a textbook to me. I'm really fascinated by Sylvia Plath. I find her to be super interesting. I love her different writing. I do have Ariel, or Ariel, I think that is how they pronounce it. But yeah, so I did the prologue last night. Each day I might try to do a chapter. I don't know how that's going to work because some of the chapters are pretty long, and but I'm just kind of taking my time with it. I'm really annotating it. So that I want to make like a full video on just this book, on just Sylvia Plath, because kind of what the premise is the way that Sylvia Plath has been essentially misunderstood. The thing that has outlived her is her suicide, the way that she went out, and it kind of trumps her brilliance, her magnificence, her passion as a poet. She could just rattle off different poets. She knew all the different writing styles. She was very well versed in, again, I'm like taking notes and things like that. but she's very well versed in all the different poets, authors that she really loved. Like, she could just spout them off. And her writing kind of was inspired by many, many different authors. It's talking about her like relationship with her husband, who ended up cheating on her. They ended up getting divorced, but he was also a poet. Ted Hughes was his name. But I find mental health to be extremely interesting. But what has happened with Sylvia Plath is that her mental illness has outlived her writing, in a sense, or it's been like been made more of a talking point about Sylvia Plath than her writing. So I personally am going to take a stand. I am going to learn about the poet Sylvia Plath versus the woman who committed suicide. So I'm really enjoying it so far. Again, I am going to take copious notes. I'm annotating. I am taking notes in the book. If you don't like that, then I don't want to hear about it. Will hates that I write in my books. He really cannot get down with it, but I don't care. So yeah, and then that's the other physical book that I'm reading. So at nighttime, the kids have been going to bed, which is a new development since he has been born. We put them in bed at 8:30, and pretty much they are actually in bed at 8:30. So if I don't go to bed till midnight, that's like so much time that I have to do things that I want to do. So that has been awesome. I am looking forward to, again, I did get a C-section, so I haven't been able to, I haven't really been like working out. I've done a couple of walking things, but you know, I'm trying to, with nursing, I nurse, I make a ton of milk. Basically all the weight that I gained has just kind of fallen off, which feels good. I will not lie to you, that does feel good. But I'm trying to not focus too much on working out and getting back to like where I was a year ago, or you know, back before I had my son. You know, I was a lot more toned, but I'm trying to find movement that feels good versus trying to do like a great big workout, and just been trying not to consume so much sugar and you know, stuff like that. So that's kind of my well-rounded what is going on in my life since becoming a mom of 3. It has not been bad at all. Again, my mother-in-law was here. She only just left like 2 weeks ago. So I'm still kind of figuring it out. But honestly, so far it's been quite a treat, and I feel very lucky that I get to stay home with them. We've been getting outside, we've been walking. So yeah, that's kind of what has been going on. Okay, come here. Roman's face is he's having some trouble again, but can you say hi?
Hi.
Who's your little brother?
Atlas.
Atlas?
Yep.
Yeah. You want to say hi?
Hi.
What's your name?
Roman.
Okay. All right, you want chili?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go have chili, okay? All right, I'll be right there.
Roman can't be everybody safe with the gun.
No, Roman, no. I know, it's just pretend, honey, but okay, so I'm out of here. I do have some different videos, but before I posted anything else, I wanted to post kind of like an update what's been going on. Again, with my mother-in-law being here, I was not going to be trying to sit here and film while she's like sitting right there. It's just not the most comfortable thing for me. So I have just kind of refrained. But I do have 2 other videos I'm going to post after this one. One of them is called Elimination Communication. It's like not potty training really, but it's like something to do with him going to the potty on a potty already. If you're wondering, he hasn't pooped in his diaper in a couple weeks because I hold him over the potty and I've learned his cues and things like that. So that's that. And a stunning, super fun book that I read. There are things that I liked and kind of hated about it. The author is not my favorite. We would not be friends, I don't think. But it's called Hey Hun. It's about multi-level marketing, and it was fascinating. And I did make a video about it. I'm going to be posting that soon, so definitely check that out and check out the book if that sounds interesting to you. I read it for free on Libby, so it is there. And I am done now. Roman, get away. Jeez Louise. Okay, I'm gonna go be a mom now. I'm gonna go listen to my book. I'm gonna go do my things. And I will talk to you next time. Thanks so much for watching. What's been going on with you? What have you been reading? Have you read Project Hail Mary? If so, let me know. Talk to me about it. I can't wait to make like a full video on my experience with that because it has been so fun. I can't wait to read more of it today. Yeah. So I will talk to you next time. Bye.